Hello, boys and girls. So, something I think I need to talk about. I definitely do need to talk about it. To give you a little bit of context, I've been listening to Hansi Flick's press conferences pretty much from the day he was appointed as Barca's coach. Every single press conference, every single time I hear him speak, I've just fallen more and more in love with the person. Added to that, he has made my club great again. I have a lot of love and admiration for the man that he is, for the person that he is, for how he's brought this team together. Now, why am I talking about this today? Because listening to Hansi Flick's pre-match press conference before Alaves, for the first time I was extremely disappointed in something he said. We also the beautiful, beautiful imagery of Lamine Yamal holding the Palestinian flag going through the city of Barcelona. We saw an 18-year-old take take a stand for something that is very important. A lot of people choose to be on the wrong side of it. A lot of people choose not to take a stance, but that 18-year-old kid chose to take a stand. It was absolutely beautiful to see because in a world where there's a lot of people who have a position like Lamine Yamal's that give people a voice to make a difference and they choose not to use that voice. It's an incredible moment just to see from Lamine Yamal, right? So today in the press conference when he was asked about Lamine Yamal raising the Palestinian flag, he said, "I don't like to get political." Now, when you say that whilst you're coaching a club like Barcelona that stands for perhaps the biggest political symbol of the Catalan nationalist movement. So where every time you are interacting with the fans, there's one cry that goes out and it's Visca Barca and Visca Catalunya. It's because we as a club are a symbol for Catalan nationalism, right? Barcelona as a city is the heart of Catalan nationalism. Barcelona as a city prides itself to stand for what's right. Barcelona as a city stands with Palestine. You have to realize that this is a club that stands for resistance. You can't really be a part of Barcelona, the city, the club, without getting political. It is what we are as a club. So it was just really disappointing to see someone I admire so much to come out and say something like that we shouldn't get political when our club is built almost entirely on political basis, right? And whilst I would understand maybe someone being a bit cautious taking these stands, in football, we've seen players getting sacked. We had the example of Anwar El Ghazi, who was sacked by Mainz over speaking out for Palestine. But at a club like Barcelona, we have figures who we hold so high. We like Pep Guardiola, for example. He's, in my eyes, the best manager in history, and he chooses to take a stand. Every single time he's presented with the opportunity to talk about Palestine, he will raise that flag. He will wear the keffiyeh. He will go to University of Manchester and speak out for the people of Palestine. And even with Guardiola, it comes from the fact that he's a Barcelona fan, that he was born and raised in Barcelona, that Catalan identity, right? It comes from him being so deeply rooted in Barcelona, in the city, and the culture, and the club. That's who we are. So yeah, what I heard today, it was honestly disappointing. And the more I think about it, it just plays at my feelings. I'm not gonna start hating on Hansi Flick now, but it's a cautious thing to say. And we as a club, that's not what we're about. And just to add to that, immense respect to my boy Lamine Yamal. He is 18 years old and he speaks out every single chance he gets. He spoke out when the Spanish fans chanted, "Whoever doesn't jump is a Muslim." He posted on Instagram saying, "I am a Muslim. That's part of my identity." There was no reason for him to pick up that flag, knowing the world was gonna be watching. And it could have been a spur of the moment thing, but then he posts it on his Instagram. Because as much as he's an immense footballer, he's also turning out to be someone who is an immense personality off the field as well. We say that he's one of the most expressive players on the pitch. He makes you want get out of your seat, but he's also just as expressive off it, and that is just so refreshing to watch. And you can't have a personality like Lamine Yamal. You can't ask them to quiet down. I'm not saying Lamine is nearly at the same level of outspokenness as Maradona, but you couldn't take the heart of Maradona out of him and expect him to be the same footballer. In the same way, you can't expect Lamine Yamal to be, the media trained individual and then expect him to go and do outrageous things as he does on the football pitch. And even the manner in which Hansi answered the question today, he said that I spoke to Lamine and I told him you're 18 now, you're free to make these decisions, but I'd like to get political. Whilst that is a cautious approach to take, it comes with the tone of maybe it wasn't the right thing to do for Lamine. And that is just a bit disappointing to hear, I guess. Having said all of that, Hansi Flick is an incredible coach. I know he understands the city, I know he understands the club, but I think there needs to be an understanding that as a club, this is who we are. We are resistance. We are fighting against the big powers who want to shut you down. That's what this club is all about. So when you say Visca Barca, Visca Catalunya, it means a lot more than just some words. When we say we are more than a club, when we say we are més que un club, we are more than a club because we stand for what's right. And we stand against the people who want to silence the voice of the people. So yeah, Visca Barca, Visca Catalunya.